Now, another is the SN1, substitution nucleophilic unimolecular reaction. Let's see about the unimolecular reaction. Now, unimolecular reaction, when you say, it always follows most substituted alkyl group in a halide, in a halogen compound. So here what happens? This tertiary butyl is most favorable here, and it follows second order kinetics. So what happens? This is a two-step mechanism. The first one is step 1, which is a slow step. What happens? Any nucleophile, let's say hydroxide, say the first step will be the generation of carbocation. Now, how this carbocation will be generated? This will just click because it is a highly polar bond. Highly polar bond means this is having delta negative, this is having delta positive. And fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine are very highly electronegative atoms. So this is going to generate the carbocation. Plus what you get is halide. Now this carbocation is very much stable. Why? Because there are 3 alkyl groups which are electron donating group. So this is an intermediate. So in the case of the intermediate, what is called? Intermediate. This is an intermediate, and its name is tertiary butyl carbocation. Here the stability of this carbocation intermediate is very much because of the electron donating. So this plus is going to be neutralized. So let's take the second step. The second step in the case of S1 reaction is going to be very fast. Now what happens? Let's take a nucleophile, hydroxide. It attacks back to this carbocation deficit center. So what you get it here? CS3, CS3, this part. Now when you see this product and this reaction, it is nothing but a retention of configuration, and it is a two-step mechanism. One step, two step. Let's say it shows two-step mechanism. Two-step mechanism are thermodynamically mechanism. Now number 2 point. First step, slower step. So when there is a slower step, slower reaction rate, it means that it will be a rate determining step. Okay. First step is going to find the rate of the reaction. Now third step, it retains the configuration. See, it is having same configuration. So third point is the retention of configuration. Both the product and the substrate are having the same configuration. Now number 4, is it a mirror image? No mirror image. No mirror image to each other. Number 5 point. Okay. So it will try to attack from the back side. The nucleophile which are nothing but electron rich species. electron-rich species. That's why it attacks to the carbocation, because this carbocation is deficit of electrons. So these are the one of the basic information what we get from. I'm making this video as a very short because of I have to go for the selective one. So these are the halogen group. So when you go down the group, what happens? This fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. In this particular case, the fluorine is having the smallest atomic radii, iodine biggest. This is slightly bigger than fluorine, chlorine than this. So the radii of these, or atomic size decreases when we go down the group in the periodic table. In the case of halogen series, when you go down the group, the atomic size decreases. So this was the case of the reaction in the SN2 reaction. So what information we got from there? That tertiary butyl is more favorable on these bulky structures. This will be tertiary. So I'll write in short, CD. Now, if I write secondary, H, yes, so this is a secondary. Now let's come to the primary. Let's come to the primary case. And unsubstituted case also, we'll just try to do out here, okay? So this is unsubstituted case, X spelling wrong. So what do you find in the SN1 reaction? More substituted of alkyl, any alkyl, methyl, propyl, butyl, pentyl, phenyl, anything. If you substitute the more bulky group, and that has to be electron donating group. If it is donating, this is going to stabilize the carbocation and you go. So here the stability of the carbocation is much here. So stability much, stability less. Now so these are the two reactions which we come across in the unit 10 of haloarenes and of haloalkenes. Now let's take, if you go through the allylic chloride, it will give a picture that how the carbocation they undergo resonance. Now take this allylic chloride. Now allylic chloride, when you write CH, then you have got CH2, okay. CH2, CH, CH2, Cl. Now, take the case of this one. This is more favorable in SN1 reaction. Why? Because it is having a bulkier group. It is having a bulkier group. This carbon atom is having a bulkier group and it is in sp3 hybridized. Let's go for a reversible reaction, which is the step 1. Now, this will be a slow step. Now, here will be cleavage of this polarized bond, which is nothing but carbon and chlorine. What is going to generate? CH2, CH, CH2, carbocation plus chloride goes back. Now, this carbocation has to undergo resonance. If it is not undergoing proper resonance, means this carbocation intermediate will not be stabilized. But here the resonance will take place, like this one. So once the resonance take place, so the plus charge will automatically develop here. So you will get this particular compound. Okay. So this is the resonance effect and how the stabilization of carbocation takes place. Stabilization of carbocation takes place. The more it undergoes the resonance, the more. Let's talk about the benzyl chloride. Very familiar. Benzyl chloride, which is nothing but 2 long pair of electrons. This is a bulky group. This is very bulky group. So though it goes the SN2 mechanism, but this is a bulky group. The approachment of the nucleophile from the backside will be difficult. So it is better undergoing with the two-step mechanism. So what is going to be generated? This will go out. So you will get this intermediate cation will be generated. Halide will go out. This is an intermediate. Okay. Now this intermediate tends to undergo stabilization. This will pull. This will be here. This will be here. CH2, this center will be carbon deficit center. Now again when you do, this will shift it. So what happened? Now this will be carbocation. Now this will go on. And ultimately we add up that this is exhibiting this one, carbocation. So what happens? This will be generating here and there, and ultimately you will end up with the resonance. So here the resonance is playing an important role here. Resonance effect. When you write the resonance effect means the delocalization of 5 electrons within the ring will take place, and ultimately it will end up to a product. If we attack with the nucleophile, it is going to end up benzyl alcohol. This is nothing but benzyl alcohol. Now when you switch these two particular molecules, they are not mirror image. And this will be the first step. They are not mirror image. They follow first order kinetics. Here the intermediate of the carbocation is very much needed. If it undergoes resonance, the delocalization of the 5 bond within the structure, if it is more, resonant effect will be more, stabilization of the carbocation. That's why in the case of the tertiary, tertiary is very much favorable here. Tertiary is very much favorable here. Why? Because the stabilization here is encountered by these 3 methods. This is more favorable. So this is a tertiary. Now this is a secondary carbocation. This is a primary. Now let's take the unsubstituted cases. H, and this carbocation. So this is most favorable in the case of SN1 reaction. The more the bulkier, the more the electron donating alkyl group is present. This undergo stabilization of the carbocation much more than slightly lesser is the secondary. Slightly larger is the primary, and unsubstituted case is the least stabilization. So what we have learned so far, that in the case of the SN2 reaction, it is a one-step reaction. One-step reaction is also known as the concerted reaction. It follows second order kinetics. Now here the rate of the reaction. Here the rate of the reaction, I forgot to write. It is depending on the substrate. So suppose the substrate is tertiary butyl halide. So here the rate of the reaction is depending on only one substrate, but in the case of SN2 reaction, it is depending on the two substrate. Hence the name come in SN2 bimolecular, SN1 as a unimolecular, because the rate of the kinetics is depending on the concentration of only one substrate, which is nothing but this is the substrate. Here the nucleophile will not be taken as a substrate. So some of the nucleophile we use in chemistry are some of the nucleophile which we use in a chemistry very often. Hydroxide. Then you got the cyanide. Now cyanide is also called ambient. It is ambient nucleophile. Why it is called ambient nucleophile? Because the attack will take place from this center also. Then we have got water also act as a nucleophile. Then we have got ammonia also can act as a nucleophile, because there is a lone pair, there is two lone pair in the case of water. So that also act. Now methoxy also can act. It is also carrying non-bonding electrons. So likewise you come that there are many nucleophiles which can be generated, and these are the basic nucleophiles. Now in the case of OH, this nucleophile is obtained from that is the alkali. When you use the alkali, then potassium hydroxide is, but prominently in the laboratory we use this as a alkali. This is also an alkali, this is also an alkali. Alkali are nothing but alkali metals which is forming bond with the hydroxide. So that is one short and brief. So I hope so the student is going to understand. And in the very next lecture, if you have some doubt regarding the, we'll go again, review the thing and try to go for a better understanding of how the SN2 and SN1 reaction. In SN2 reaction, it is a one-step reaction. It is having inversion of configuration, means the inversion configuration means changing the configuration. Now number third is it is a concerted reaction. Now number fourth is the rate of the reaction depends on the concentration of the two substrate. That is including the nucleophile. But in the case of N, the rate of the reaction depends on only of the one state. It is a unimolecular reaction. That's why, because one substrate corresponds to unimolecular state. Now you find there is a retention of configuration. When there is a retention of configuration, means it is showing it is a superimposable. In the case of SN2, superimposable but not mirror image of water. Okay, but in the case of S1, here you get a retention of configuration. Retention is same configuration. Here SN2, inversion of configuration. Inversion of configuration. So that is for today. Suppose if you have some problem regarding the thing, then we'll discuss it some other class. Okay, then thank you, goodbye, take care.